We're here today at one of our Star Nursery locations to talk a little bit about cool season gardening and the plants that you can use this time of year that will be colorful for the cool months.
The best place I think we should start is with the bedding plants. Do you have suggestions moving into the winter months for color and things that we can plant for our low bedding plants?
For this time of year coming up, we want to be planting things like pansies, violas, primroses, cyclamen, and other colorful plants that will take the cool weather.
And so when we plant these, what do you suggest as far as watering them? How would we water them through the winter months?
Well, you want to stick pretty much to the Southern Nevada Water Authority's watering schedule. During the colder months, when the air temperature and the soil temperature is cool, water will stay in the soil much longer, so you don't have to water as frequently. You want to water just as long to make sure to penetrate the root zone, but once a week or so on most shrubs is very good for the cool season. Now on flowering bedding plants with shallower roots, you probably want to water a little more often. So you may have to water every other day or every 3 days or so, but it depends on how warm it is, the daily temperatures.
I think personally my favorite is the cyclamen during the winter with some sweet alyssum, lots of red and white for the holidays. What do you think? What's your favorite?
Yeah, that makes a great holiday color. The cyclamen, red cyclamen, and the white alyssum around it, bordering it, makes a very good holiday color. And the cyclamen are really good for cool season, either planting outdoors in more of a shaded area, or you can use them as indoor color as well.
Long life. They have
Yes.
they have a nice long life. And so next, let's talk about shrubbery. There are lots of shrubs that do give really, really great winter color. Can you give some examples?
There's things that color up in the cool season, things like ornamental kale and cabbage, which are used for very colorful. They turn a red, purple color on some, and some turn more white color. There's also shrubs like nandina, the heavenly bamboo. The cold weather makes them turn from their green leaves that are in the warmer weather to more oranges, yellows, and even a reddish tinge to them. And then there's also things like pyracantha that bloom with a white flower in the spring. They have green seed pods that stay all summer. And then in the winter, when it turns cool, they turn to a nice orange-red color, which are very colorful.
So that's something that multiple seasons, like every season
a different color.
That's really, really neat.
Right, and plus the leaves stay green all year round, so you have that basic green color on the foliage.
And so going back to irrigation for those would do well and perform well on the once a week watering with a deep irrigation?
Yes, once a week when they're established. Now, when you first plant new plants like shrubs and things, and even bedding plants, they will take a little bit more often watering to get those roots started out into the surrounding soil. So you may have to water them a little more often for the first few weeks, but after that, once a week or twice a week watering should be fine. And then also you want to remember too that you want to stay with that once a week watering on most of your landscape shrubs, and to protect some of them that are more frost tender, you do want to use things like burlap or insulation blankets to cover them to prevent them from freezing during the cold temperatures.
So that would be something like cactus. We would want to make sure if they're tender. Definitely citrus in the younger years of a citrus.
Yes, and also tropical plants like hibiscus and bougainvilleas and more tender foliage plants. They need to be protected from the cold.
For any more information or tips in regards to watering or protecting your cold, tender plants, you can head to our website, starnursery.com, or our apps. And you can also check Southern Nevada Water Authority's website for their plant list and their watering schedule.